Okay, you're online.
Julie's mom and I went out to see him. And Claire, I'll tell her that thing, but she used to kind of work with him.
Okay, call the meeting to order. Open with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Roll call. Brad Bender, present. John Post.
Present.
Jeff Walker.
Present.
Amber Fields.
Present.
Mary Jo Bender.
Here.
Brad Cage.
Here.
Chief Pennington is not here. And I will introduce Elena Johnson. Those who haven't met her yet, she is our summer intern. Been helping for a couple weeks, and she's excellent help. I told her she could show up tonight if she wanted to meet the rest of you. And also, if any of you have any suggestions or see anything around town we need to do, let us know. We've been doing a lot of things that aren't very glamorous, but need to be done. She's been excellent help, so I asked her if she wanted to attend tonight. And then she can go with us when the meeting's over.
I saw you all trimming the tree yesterday, out here in the front.
That was one of the jobs that's not too glamorous.
Yeah. Good work.
All right, minutes from May 14th, 2026. It came out this afternoon, so if anybody's had a chance to look them over, I don't know if we can do them by the,
Well, we didn't get them out in time.
that's what I'm saying, I don't know if we can do them in that manner or
Or
not.
we
Consent,
should table it till next.
it's up to you guys.
I mean, if you want to, we could look at them, and they're not very long.
You can read them if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I print them. They're in them.
Yeah, they're in here.
Yeah, they're in, I mean, it's up to you guys.
I'll just make a motion to table it till next meeting.
Okay.
I second that motion.
Okay, motion to table, we have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Yep. Petition or members of the public present. Don't see too many. Unless you would like to approach.
Do what?
Do what?
This is when we can ask anybody of the public if they want to come up and discuss anything, but obviously,
I think we're okay.
yeah, I think we're okay. Unfinished business. The DNR Trails Grant, again, still waiting on final. She had emailed me at one point she'd let me know when the check was cut, and then she turned around and asked for copies of the same invoices and canceled checks that we have sent, sometimes 3 times. So, still waiting. Haven't heard anything since then. As I mentioned the other day, once we do, are truly closed out, we can start looking into the intergovernmental transfer of the easements for the portion for the parks versus the entire thing. We already are maintaining it all the way to Bender Mill and back. But that was one of the things in the future we were going to kind of split up, along with some other items and things that, but technically it's still under our umbrella because it's not closed out.
Now this is, we're waiting on DNR, right?
Yeah, it's about $70,000 more or less. We owe on there. I think the entire account is about 84,000.
Yeah.
More, yeah, I'm just rounding.
Yeah, we haven't gotten their final.
Oh yeah, we approved it for payment pending
Pending the,
DNR's money, and we're just waiting for that. It's been approved because we had to do that. And then that's another thing. She keeps asking me when we're going to write the last check to America. I keep saying, when you give us the rest of the money. Okra Sewer Project, as far as I know, it is closed out after we went through the when they came here and sat down and through a little bit, and they had to sign the letter. There was one outstanding item that really kind of dinged us, but it was nothing we had to do with on the timing of the labor numbers. The contractor started before the final wage numbers were issued, even though the wage numbers we thought were issued
Alright.
during release of funds.
Uh,
2 months later, 3 months later, they said we started construction before they said. But anyway, I said that's something more for CERC to monitor. SS4A, we had a meeting today. Jeff was involved in all of it. I was in and out because of Teams problems. But there, Jeff, you might just take it.
Okay. So we discussed several topics to give you a broad outline of what we're looking at for the process. We're having monthly project management meetings with our contractor tool, and we'll be meeting again with them before July's town council meeting on the same day as well. In August, at the beginning of the month, we would like to publicize to the town and other stakeholders that work in the town or have some kind of interest in pedestrian safety and street safety in town. We'll likely be having our workshop for the Safe Streets for All planning, where we get all that community input at the end of August. We've been looking at the dates of August 24th through the 26th, kind of Monday afternoon and evening through Wednesday morning. Time frame to have our consultants from Tool on the ground and present with us and doing some different activities where they can get community feedback. Before that, we have been talking about who could potentially make up our Safe Streets Committee. So as a requirement of the grant funds, we have to have a committee that kind of helps guide this process with some stronger input beyond just that one-time workshop. So tonight, if you all have any ideas or suggestions about who might benefit the town to have on that committee, who would have good insights, things that would help really craft a strong Safe Streets action plan out of this process, would be welcome to hear any thoughts or ideas on that in the next few minutes. Though one thing that's really nice with this process, Tool has never worked with a community as small as ours, so we're going to get a lot of nice attention in the planning process, where they're going to be able to even potentially like lay out like this is what this intersection might look like with bump outs or things like that. So we're going to get some extra benefits that much larger communities, when they do these planning activities, don't get because of the scale of our community. Brad, did you have anything else in mind to add to that? That's what comes to mind for me first. But the big thing right now is just committee member ideas. We've got a few we've discussed, but I'd love to hear others.
The main thing is they only need to attend about 3 meetings.
Yes. And then do just like a little bit of review work before the meetings.
Yes.
That's the main.
And it helps us greatly because, remember, we're not doing all money match on this. We're doing in kind. The time people spend on the committee counts towards the in kind. So it's very important that we get good participation, and that helps with our in kind process.
Yes, yes. And it does not necessarily have to be restricted to people in town.
No,
If we've got folks who have a strong stake in how our streets are laid out and safety here in town along our streets, who live outside the town, that's okay too. We do want to make sure we've got a good representation of residents, but we can also pull people from out of town.
So if you have any ideas, please, because we want to build it up. I mean, we've talked about a couple people we thought we could approach in town, but now I've been thinking a little bit more about some others that, a couple of our businesses in town, the museum, some people we could get, so.
Any thoughts off the top of your heads? Don't want to voluntold anyone on live stream.
Yeah, I don't think we want to throw out names necessarily tonight, but we
doing.
Okay.
Well,
But I don't even know.
yeah, that's what I hate to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't wanna commit anyone who hasn't been spoken to for sure.
Yes.
But happy to take suggestions if you
Yeah.
need someone to talk to in person. Okay, so that's it, updates on safe streets for all at this point in time.
Okay. Park Board met Monday, and we need to, I guess, ratify, be the best way to put it, is the new appointment, Joe Robb, will take the spot of Davey Shaw. I guess that's the way this works, somehow
Yeah.
we appoint him and then,
I make a motion to approve the mayor's appointment of Joe Robb to the park board.
I'll say.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And they met Monday and went through a number of things, and I think we're gonna get them involved heavily in looking for sponsorships.
How long, before we get on, how long was Davies? Was he just up?
He filled in the end of a one-year term,
Yes.
so his was up this year.
Right. But he also had a conflict, he couldn't attend it.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about reappointing Joe in another 2 weeks.
No,
No.
his term's a full 4 years at this point, or well,
Okay.
3.5.
He couldn't be here tonight in cataract surgery.
How's he doing?
He's doing fine.
So, can you vote for him, or is it 2-0? and
I can vote
abstain,
for him
or
unless there's
3-0?
money involved, and there isn't, so.
But like I said, they're gonna be more involved in looking for sponsorships for here and grant opportunities, and then Jeff, you already sent emails about a couple things that you've come across, which is great, that's what we need to be doing more of. There's a lot of grant opportunities out there, we just need to start understanding how to pursue them, what it takes to get them. But also the sponsorships, that's where Wayne, I think, and Terry are already reaching out. We can get signage in the gym, and we're going to be doing it under facility improvements, which we can think of plenty of facility improvements that would be good for the place. But just other general opportunities, so. Summer intern, as we mentioned, Elena. And I've been introducing her around town to a lot of people, and that was one reason for tonight too, and trying to introduce them more, because I'm kind of surprised we haven't run into more people sometimes. But I think the heat's keeping a lot of people in the houses. New business, restroom quotes. As you probably saw.
You had Marshall truck here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, I skipped the most important part. Because over the last couple of weeks, I've had a police department asking me about it, but their board did not approve any funding for it. But the fire district in that same location called me I called them this afternoon, and they submitted a bid on it. $15,000. And they have an approved board bid.
Yeah, because I was talking to some police chiefs and stuff, and they said that for them, I mean, nice truck, all this and that, but their insurance would never approve that over the bid.
Okay.
Well, this fire district was excited about it. And I said I just have to wait till tonight to come here. Also talked to a marshal from a large small town. And he was hoping it was a no cost draw, like they do with some of the older equipment. But talked to him quite a bit about the situation, and he understood. But he is interested in any surplus equipment we might still have. It doesn't go with the truck. And we do have some surplus equipment that I don't think we want to keep, specifically a taser that a guy like this said he's qualified to use and would know what to do with it, because I don't think we wanna, Brad, I don't think you want any of us messing around with occasion.
No way.
I told him,
John.
well, she helped me get the truck started.
Did she?
Oh, yes, and got it going, so we're in great shape with it. But anyway, I'm thinking, sir, we can declare the other equipment surplus and just transfer it no cost, so we don't have to worry about it. But as far as the truck, we have a standing bid of $15,000 from the Monroe Township Fire District, and I recommend that you guys accept that. You can look for the title.
You have the title.
Good. I wondered about that. We can look for the title and sign it over to them. They're excited and want to hear back from us.
Can we do that without, so you put it out for like a request for quotes or
Yes.
something? Oh, okay. And
Yes,
that
I
was
just
the-
didn't get much response,
Oh,
but then
okay.
all of a sudden, all at once, we did.
So that's the best quote we have.
Yes.
I'm good for it.
Do we have to have that appraised or anything?
We had an appraiser, remember? I had it, John Jones gave me a quick appraisal, and so did, I have to look it all up. Remember back in,
Yeah, I reckon.
Months ago, I had two
Remember what it
appraisals.
was.
I had two
This
appraisals.
is above the appraised value.
This is at the appraised value. They gave me a range.
Okay.
I think they give a range of 15 to 17 or something. So.
I think you're good with it, Tim, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid of $15,000 from the Monroe District Fire Department?
Monroe Township Fire
Monroe
District.
Township Fire District.
Yep. Okay, motion, you want a second?
I'll say.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, I'll tell them.
Where is Monroe Township?
Morgan County. Okay, restroom quotes. I sent Monday, I think, I sent two spreadsheets. One with a new schedule for the restroom, since we can't find the other money that easily. Moving it back to late fall or winter quotes, re-quotes, with some changes to it, and then construction early next year instead.
Mhm.
And let the people who had already submitted know that. So that's item one that we still need to, I have not heard back from the foundation, and I told them about it. But bonding is the main thing, as the manner to get the rest of the money that we need for that, plus money for other.
Okay, just let me get this. You
Okay.
talked to the, like, Harmon Beely and whoever else.
Harmon Beal, yes.
You talked to them and told them that we couldn't,
Right.
that.
We were gonna re-quote this.
That we're gonna re-quote.
Right. No award at this time. And we'll re-quote in the fall. Okay, on the bonding front though, that's how we're gonna get the money to take care of the rest of the restrooms, plus some of these other projects. Remember, I had done a capital plan, it was $750,000. I put all this in that email, but to summarize it again, if we went for a general obligation bond, we can only qualify for about 50,000, which is about what the fee is gonna be to go through the bonding process. But we do qualify in the range of 400,000. I don't have an exact number yet. And that's my revised capital plan. I think it's in your packets again too. Still gets us some projects going and match money going for other projects. What I'm gonna ask for tonight, and that's because this just came in today, and I would have sent it sooner. I've been talking to Klein Peter Financial Group out of Whiteland, Indiana, and they presented an engagement letter of engagement to me to hire them. They have been talking to me quite a bit at no charge so far. I think we're at the point where we pull the trigger and hire them. And they would charge hourly, but they didn't give me a not to exceed fee yet, but I asked them for that. But their fee would be paid from the project funding sources, including the bond proceeds. So we're not paying them out of pocket. They're gonna work on this like the others do, to be paid out of the bond. So I'd like to get that approved tonight so that we can keep them online and they can get down into the nitty-gritty details. And then we will have a separate engagement with probably Ken Blanchett and Warren Stormberg as the legal side. But this is the first part, the financial side. And in my mind, it's the only route we can go at this point to try to get some of these things done and find out what it's going to, what we can do and what's it gonna cost us. They're talking about roughly $400,000 over 20 years, which is as far as we can go. And they're doing it as a land lease, setting up a holding corporation for the facility like a school does. You know, schools do that all the time. This would be done the same way. That's why not all the money has to be spent here, but this has to be a driving force. And in the capital plan, I listed the things that we've done here as part of that. I'm not saying, you know, like we've all said, we don't, until we get to the final end, we don't know what it's gonna cost and how it's gonna work, but I don't know any other way to move the town forward and get us back in a position to take advantage. So we have $75,000 from the foundation, we have to get the rest of the match money in order to do that. That's what I'm asking for tonight. And then they can come, well, again, we can save some money without them having to come here if we can do a team meeting with them and things like that. To try to keep all the fees within line.
If they're just charging hourly, I mean, if we got, 5 hours into it and said, we can't do this, it's not gonna be that much money.
Exactly.
I would make a motion that we pursue that. I mean, what was the name of that company? I didn't hear that.
Klein Peter Financial Group, they're in Whiteland.
With Klein Peter Financial Group.
And I should know this guy because his wife had an accounting practice in the building behind the post office in North Vernon for a lot of years. Brad, if you would, do you want to look at that?
Yeah, no, I don't know either.
But they just sent that to me today. And I asked them about the not to exceed, and they said, yes, they normally do that. But his assistant sent this, and he was out, Klein Peter was out of town. So they just haven't got back to me on that.
They take the fee out of the bond.
Yes. And that's one of the capital items I listed, was the soft cost for the bond. It's gonna be roughly $50,000 total, that's all said and done.
So I
And
don't
we
understand why
terminate
we
this
can't,
in 5
why we
days
cannot,
written notice.
we can only get a
That's
$50,000
cost.
because we're making a whole.
Right.
They can terminate it with 30 days notice for that cost.
Well, it's the town, we can only get 50,000 because that's the rules for a GO bond, a general obligation. What we are going for is a lease revenue bond. And to do that, you set up a holding
So
corporation.
will, the town will be a holding corporation?
No, the town sets up a holding corporation.
You set up, you have, I don't know how many members it has to have, you have members on that board and they approve your project and your payments once that's all set up.
Yeah, the town will set up a holding corporation in order to qualify for what is it called?
We still.
Lease revenue bond, called lease revenue. It's quite standard practice. They did say this might be the smallest one anybody's ever worked. So, we get points again, Jeff. Okay, you made a motion, I think?
I made a motion, yes.
Do we have a second?
Can I see the?
Sure. And again, I'm sorry I would have said it, but
She's just motioning to continue with this.
no, to accept
This is just to proceed with
The
this
engagement
financial.
letter.
engagement letter from Plainview. And like I said, later we'll have
Colleen Peter, K-L-E-I-N.
K-L-E-I-N.
Yeah, K-L-E-I-N, Peter, and it's one word.
Mhm.
All one word, Peter. Excuse me.
If, like, I guess, what does this process look like as we proceed there?
3 or 4 months.
Okay. And any more details, like how often would we be meeting, where, like, I guess when did more decision points come for us, if we're considering this?
I couldn't say other than obviously monthly meetings,
Sure.
but maybe in between there or special meetings. I could see a special meeting just to
And
go.
just from my experience with it, the financial planner will come back and say, this is what, well, first we have to set up a debt service fund, and they'll say, this is what the levy's gonna be. If you have a huge, like, bond issue that you're doing, then you usually meet with different groups in your community. This is so small, I don't know that that's necessary.
I think we're still in the
Yeah.
monsters with them.
Right, and then, you have engineers, or you have all your quotes and things for your different projects, and then they, have a bond council, and they, the financial folks sell the bonds. Usually they sell them together with other projects in the
Make
state.
it a larger.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, once you get approved, then you start your projects.
And his background, this company, I was introduced to this company by one of the folks from AIM
Hmm.
that I've been going to the meetings about, because I talked to them about this. There are other companies that do this. They usually charge 2 and 3 times what this guy does. This guy specializes in small towns. He's worked with a lot of them.
Okay.
And that's why he was pointed towards us, because he truly,
He felt for us.
yeah, he did. Very good way to pay. But the people that go to those other meetings, 2, 3, 4, 10 times as much as, I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, we have to work within our limits and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
Okay? All right, I think we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? Okay, thank you. And I'll keep everybody informed, like I've been doing, because every time I've talked to them,
Mhm.
Yeah. And the
Yes.
financial planner should come and talk to us too.
And they
Once we get,
they will. And, or if we want to save some money, we can do
And
it as a
explain it
team
better.
meeting, simply because, you know,
They don't have to travel.
yeah, we don't need to pay them hundreds of dollars an hour. and
no.
stuff.
Just drive. Yeah.
New business, item C, animal chaining ordinance. Amber?
I put a copy of that in the folders because after, we changed just little bit of the wording on, oh, yeah, I do. On the, let's see. We changed it, extreme, weather rules. We split that out. We have extreme temperature rules where a dog must have proper shade, shelter, and water if it's above 90 or below 20, instead of just, you can't have an animal, because they basically wouldn't have that animal out all summer if we didn't do that. So that is the only change where we broke that out under extreme temperature and extreme weather.
Okay, this is the second reading and vote, so we just need a motion.
I'll make a motion to pass the ordinance 2026-197 on animal care and treatment in the town of Vernon.
Okay, second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, thank you. Oh, do we need to give that a number for the minutes?
I think she did.
It has one.
Do we already have it on there?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the number?
226, 197.
226, 197, 2026. Correct.
This is on,
Okay,
this is tables.
all right, miscellaneous business. Ron was here, we have that CCR report to do, but it's under control. We all know what needs to be done. We'll go out with the water bills for the next time. I think he had some emails about what we had to deal with the rag caught in the new Ripley Street lift station.
So I told him about the rag was in,
Rag, he said.
one monogram.
Today he said.
So,
One
do you think-
monogram was it?
do you think we should send something, I mean, I don't know how much it would help, but something out to people that just says, hey, don't flush those flushable wipes. They say flushable, they're not. Or washcloths,
I
or
think-
diapers, or, anything.
I think
It
you
might
should.
not hurt if we do that.
I think you should. In fact, did you ever send it back when we did the ordinance, remember with the grinder pumps? That they could get fined if they did it?
We sent that one, yeah.
Did you?
I think, didn't we?
I'm pretty sure.
This is somewhat similar, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't done it in a couple of years, but we did start a newsletter process where we sent that out to folks and, just put different things, some happy, good things and some things like that. We can do that again. Make it a newsletter.
Sure.
Okay.
Good
I'll
idea.
work on that.
Thanks, Amber. That's a great idea.
Like a little town crier.
Yeah.
There you go.
There used to be a Vernon newspaper.
I know. I can remember picking up little things in the post
What
office.
was it called, the banner? We could call it the
That's what it should
Vernon
be
banner.
called.
We could start that back up before the Civil War.
It's a long
It
one.
was in the late
Long, long time
1800s. I think the
It
Historical
was
Society has a
before
reprint
it
of
was
that
attached.
issue.
Right before you and I, you
Yeah, right before me.
Okay, reports of committees and officers. The only thing I can add, I think, is some of our projects we're gonna be doing. We'll move that drop box up here soon.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna put a dumpster enclosure around the dumpster out back here. And yeah, get that straightened up. We put curtains in the library today because they were asking for those. And again, just different miscellaneous things. Come fall, we need to put new tires on the truck. They're about shot. But we're gonna take care of the other maintenance that needs to be done. And then also working on, well, we worked at the Commons one day, cleaning it up down there and trying to regrade. And we're gonna,
So where you, are you gonna try to get the rest of that? All of those mulch.
that was mulch, we pushed it back towards the woods and then seeded what was,
That's all.
yeah, we did little things like that. And then we're gonna go down to Water Street and do again, make it more, because one thing I kind of knew but didn't know is, in front of Redier's place, he doesn't own the river. A lot of people do. He owns back the top of that, so it's the towns there, all the way through, so that'll give us the option to clean that up
Okay.
even better, and that's where we're gonna work on it too. The only issue we've had so far is like when we went down to the commons, that little John Deere tractor got stuck.
At the commons.
It's pretty helpless. So we'll see if we get it stuck, if we don't get it stuck this time. But anyway, cleaning up things like that, and a lot more mowing and just knocking brush and everything around. That's about all I have. Okay, John?
The APC, the complaints are moving forward, I believe, from what I understand. And also, there was in our ordinance about building contractors. That was against the IC code, right?
State statutes about, making them be licensed.
Oh.
So that's been stricken from the ordinance.
Really?
Does she have to then come to us again for that?
No, I don't think so, no.
I didn't know.
You know, electrical contractors still have to be licensed. But just general contractors, there's a statute that actually dates back to 2013. I didn't know about it. Somebody else did.
Retroactive.
Yeah, that
Actually,
the county cannot require them to be
Really?
licensed.
Wonder how they do it in these other places.
Well, they're not supposed to be doing it. That's what they all found out about at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So,
It's not just something in ours. It's
No, no, this is somewhat prevalent,
Okay.
from what I understand.
yeah, it's like everybody was doing it. They all went to a meeting to discuss. It was like, oh, wait.
Yeah, so.
We got it in our ordinance, we got it in our ordinance. The limit because the electrical was done so long ago that it was like grandfathered in or something like that. But I understood next time.
Interesting. It's part of area plan, it's not ours. It's area
Yeah.
And, other than, I guess we haven't had any trouble with, the company for Duke changing out poles and stuff, right?
No,
You haven't heard any problems?
haven't heard of any problems.
Now, we did pass the ordinance, right, for anybody if they're putting in fiber.
Yes, we have a right of way.
Yes. Has somebody applied for one of those?
No, the one that's going on out here had called me a month or two ago, and I sent a copy to them, and they came back and said all their work was in state right of way.
Okay.
So that's, I said,
Put in fields or.
yeah, and I said, well, then you need a right of way, or a state, and they knew that, and they said that's what they, trying to remember who it was, SEI, I think it was SEI.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, they know now, where the word is out now, that they know that if they get off the state highway, we have a right of way. So,
I think that's all right.
okay. Jeff?
All right, I realized there was one piece for the Safe Streets for All that I didn't mention earlier. That's at our July meeting. Also, as part of the grant terms, we need to pass a resolution or an ordinance about our commitment to Vision Zero, which is basically the concept that we're going to try and maintain the town's record of not having any fatalities along our roadways. We'll have more language that will come kind of boilerplate and then be tailored for Vernon from Tool. Brad and I will have a chance to take a look at that before we share it out and propose at the next meeting, but I'll do a presentation about that. When do we meet next month? I think the last meeting I had mentioned that Amber thankfully and wonderfully was able to finish the final tally for the spring tonic, and we did raise just under $1,000. I believe it was like 950 or so, or 921.01 So that's the final report out from that for fundraising. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, I had applied earlier in the year for grant funds to do improvements on the old school kitchen here from the SIA Foundation. I haven't gotten an official word, but I was reviewing their timeline, and they were supposed to have notified communities yay or nay at the end of May. So I'm assuming we didn't get it, but I'm going to reach out and confirm that. I wanted to give that update too. Which means I have a really bad track record of writing grants for the town, and you shouldn't let me do that.
I wouldn't say that, because the ones that you've gone for are like, I know the one up in, is it not Toyota, but,
That's the SIA, the Subaru.
okay, the Subaru one.
Yeah.
Those are really hard to get.
I know.
The big company grants are like, you applied for one through AARP maybe?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just tongue in cheek. I'll keep working
Those
on
are
it.
really hard to get, so I wouldn't kick yourself or quit because,
I will.
And I think everybody here knows, so I might be repeating it, but the library is kind of taking ownership of the kitchen and is looking for funding and has their own funding to boot as well. Don't know if we'll get all of what we had listed taken care of, but they're already talking about getting appliances donated and things like that, so,
It's fantastic.
yeah.
It just looks great in there. I mean,
It
I've
does.
seen it. It's all cleaned up.
I haven't cooked my head
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's almost usable right now.
No, they're all excited, and they're.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
mind
use it.
putting a crock pot in there the way it is. Before, you'd just be like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really does look good.
Okay. Well, that's all I have to report.
Okay.
This much.
Amber?
Just a note on the, Building Socially Connected Communities Grant. If you look at the fund report, down at the bottom, we did get our final, payment. We still have, $800. It's already been spent, but on this report, it shows that it hasn't. So that's all, caught up. The only thing we have left to do is the final report, and then they want to do a walkthrough with us, which hasn't been scheduled yet, but I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, if you look down at that final fund, that it says IH grinder pumps,
Good.
that's the one where we are collecting $20 per household from Indian Hills.
Good.
I think, what, we get 2 bills in for grinder pumps this past month. One was for $907.60, and the other one was replacing a whole unit, which was almost $4,000. So I went ahead and paid that out of the operating fund. But so we're down to $500, but it's helpful. And this is the first month in the sewer fund that we didn't go downhill. We didn't gain a lot, but we didn't go downhill, so that's good. That's all I have.
There hasn't been a lot of pushback, really. I mean,
Not really.
people ask what it is and you explain it to them and they're like, how long is it gonna last? And I say, probably forever. Hopefully not, but probably. And they're like, okay.
You tell them we will review it in 2 years.
Well,
Well,
I said if we get enough money in that, you know,
yeah,
if
if we
there's
get
a
enough in there
certain
to pay
point,
for 5 of them, then we
then
stop
you can stop, you can suspend it, but that's,
for a month.
Okay, Mary Jo?
that's one thing. Okay, we just had an email from a concerned citizen. Since the town of Vernon has built a trail system down Jackson Street, there have been people who let their dogs defecate in our yard, our neighbor's yard, and in the road along Water Street. People don't clean up after their animals. Since the trail is part of the Parks and Rec, people should have to clean up after themselves and their animals. That's a priority in park settings, isn't it? Why aren't signs posted for this and fines enforced? So,
Well, maybe we need another dog station.
That's what I was thinking. We could put one down at the Water Street.
The trailhead?
Yeah, just put another, they're not that expensive.
Okay.
I think they're working out great, but they're being used.
I think that's the easiest route.
Okay, I'll order one.
Uh,
They're easy to install too.
Yeah, okay, we'll put it in, we'll find a place. Okay, Brad,
Don't have anything.
okay, Chief's not here. Claims,
Make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
We have the fund report, one further motion.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Record time.
Is that our record?
7:18.
That's our record.
Good.
Pretty good.
And it was Amber Claims and Jeff second, right?
Otherwise,
Yes.
I thought I made the
Or-
motion.
Yes, and I second.
Okay, so both the last two motions were Jeff and Jeff.
Yeah.
Have your hand, John.
Yeah.
And it's closing the gate out there Saturday.